What's crappin' and welcome to Under the Foreskin, a show dedicated to the happenings of the SJU and Misfits Fantasy Football League. My name is Kyle. I'm the head of football operations for the Potomac Pretenders. The once again first place Potomac Pretenders, 7-1-1, leading the 14-team league known as SJU and Misfits. I'm also the voice of SJU and Misfits. We got a mobile Under the Foreskin studios today with two special guests who have been on the show already this year, but are very excited to be back. VP of player operations for the Crapstone Prairie Dogs.
Head trainer for the Crapstone Prairie Dogs here.
Injury liaison.
Yeah, injury liaison.
Injury liaison, yeah. He is looking on the hunt for a certified doctor to care for his team, especially the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, we're redoing our training facility. It's going to be great in 10 years.
Tough
10-year
week.
project.
Tough week for the Prairie Dogs. Alex Dunn is here. Also here, the 6-3 fifth place Baton Rouge Border Collies president of, what's your title there?
Top dog.
Top dog. Well, I believe that trophy has landed in Crapstone this year, but
Second place.
top dog of the Baton Rouge Border Collies, Jason Johannes, also here. We're gonna do Week 9 wrap up. We're gonna do, as always, Waiver Wire Wednesday trade, Thursdays, Week 10 pick'em, and we got a new segment which we'll talk about when we get there. So here we go. Week 9 wrap up. First headline reads, Collies mount the sausage wallets, handing them their fifth straight loss. For the Border Collies, T.Y. Hilton, 30 burger this week. Matt Forte, 24 points. Steven Gotskowski, 13 points. Sneaky good kicker, only 2 weeks in single digits. That's a stat from Jason himself. Tough weeks for Dexter McCluster and somebody named Davis. Drew Davis?
Who cares?
Who cares? Donuts for both of them. But it doesn't matter. They scored 88 points. They beat the Wallets 88-70. For the Wallets, Brandon Marshall, only positive this week, 10 points. Lamar Miller had 130 yards, but a fumble. I don't know. Just a lot of bad players on that team right now. They're just not performing. Next headline, Pandas avenge Wrinkle Beast loss, taking down the mighty Prairie Dogs. For Crapstone, AP, 140 and a touchdown, just like you drafted him for. Aaron Rodgers, 1 point. 1 for 2 for 27 yards.
It wasn't negative.
It wasn't negative, not like Jay Butler when I started him. That's true. But he went out 4 to 6 weeks with his shoulder. I don't think he's getting healthier like Jay's getting healthier. Might be a season ender as far as fantasy is concerned for Aaron Rodgers.
Groin, shoulder, what's the difference? Shoot him up and get out there.
Give him a horse bill.
I will say, though, for those Viking fans out there that want the Green Bay Packers to not succeed, just send them to Crapstone. They all get hurt.
Awesome.
Yeah, something about that green and gold just wanted to be tarnished.
We'll send Lacey over.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, let's trade.
Jermichael Finley, Randall Cobb, and Aaron Rodgers all on IR at the moment in Crapstone.
Aaron's on an IR.
Well,
You could consider.
fantasy IR.
He's week to week. We're keeping it hush-hush.
4 to 6, I'm saying. And I'm always right. But Gypsy Pandas scored 111 against you this week. Mike James, 20 points. Fresh off the Pretenders. You're welcome, because it would have been CJ for 30 otherwise. Jimmy Graham, stud.
120 to 70, or 110 to 70. I don't see the difference.
Yeah, it would have hurt either way. Jimmy Graham, 24. CJ Spiller,
Daggers.
back in double digits with 15. Jeremy Curley, he blew out his elbow. His arm's completely gone. He has 0 points this week. Everyone else was over 6, so for the Pandas, a rarity in Poughkeepsie.
I'm happy for Tyler's team. They really came together. CJ was finally the guy we wanted him to be, or he wanted him to be. I couldn't really care less, but it was a good week for him.
He earned it.
Yeah,
I think
he
it was
earned
his commentary in the emails.
Yeah.
I think he had some
Yeah.
commentary last week. I think he really earned the victory.
Had a great posting in the SJU Misfits Gazette.
Yeah.
On the move. So yeah,
Nice move.
1 week
hard
after
work paid off after that.
Hard work pays off.
1 week after losing to the Wrinkle Beast, he beat Crapstone Prairie Dogs.
Wow.
That's a turnaround,
Wow.
if I've ever heard one.
That is a roller coaster.
Without the usual crew, Pirates looted by the Smugglers. 92 to 113, Smugglers get the win. Alfred Morris, 19 points, but some fullback got 3 touchdowns. Could have been a bigger game. Carolina D, 22. Sneaky start. Dougie Baldwin, 13 points at the Sea Chickens. Nice play there, Zach. Unfortunately, your other sneaky start, Nate Washington, had a donut, and Cordarrelle Patterson had 1 point. I don't think he ever ran back and kicked that game.
Doug Baldwin, is he the second receiver in Seattle? Who's the number 1 guy there?
I think that's Golden Tate.
Oh,
Golden
we'll
Tate,
get into that later.
He's better
Yeah.
than Andre Johnson.
For the Smugglers, Rob Gronkowski back in the game. Thanks to Tom Brady. You're welcome. Roger, 21 points. Gio Bernard, 21. Tony Romo, 19. 6 players in double digits for the Smugglers this week. James Jones, the only weak link with 1. Pretenders dispose of the Chernobyl Tin Whiskers and their toxic waste of a team. 141 to 80. Smushing. Blowout of the week.
That headline ran out a little too long.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It ran, but it was good.
It was good.
Tom Brady, 34 points. Chris Johnson, 30 points. Both freshly acquired to the Pretenders. Save the season, the fans in Potomac are saying. You're welcome, fans. KCD with 25, been just a stellar D all year. Heath Miller, junk, 4 points. Brian Hartline, junk, 3 points. If you want him, send me a trade offer. Chernobyl Tin Whiskers, Cade McCown, nice start after, Peyton Manning on bye. Whoa, that worked out nice for the Pretenders. Alshon Jeffrey, 12. Le'Veon Bell with 13. Michael Bennett and Golden Tate, 3 and 2 points respectively. But the biggest negative this week out of Chernobyl, Andre Johnson, Ryan Pine with 42 points.
Mike, in the nicest way possible, I'm going to say this. Or you want to say it, Jason? Go ahead.
Andre Johnson is leagues better than Golden Tate.
Start your studs.
Start them. Don't fuck around with it. Start your studs.
Although the good news is it wouldn't have mattered because Kyle pulled one out of his ass this week.
I don't think so. I think it's a trend, not a mirage.
Trend or mirage? What do you think, Jason?
I don't know.
It could
I'm
be.
indifferent.
We'll see. We'll let it play out.
As a
I'm
voice.
not going to make a call because
Alright.
I'm
It's
not
too
that
early
bold.
to tell. It's too early,
Too early to tell.
All right.
Give it a couple more weeks.
Tom Brady looks a lot better on my roster than any other quarterback I've started this season, I'll tell you that.
I
He
would
look
agree
good on
with
my
you there.
roster right now.
He
Too.
would
They would look good.
I'll take him.
Trouser Snakes, with a little help from their new Serpents, Chris Ivory, 20 points. Tegon, 14 points. Freshly acquired from the Polish Sausage Waltz? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They led them to a victory, 87-62 over the Flint Tropics. Tropics fall to 5-3-1. Casey Keenum, we were all wondering, Dinger didn't have a quarterback, Dinger didn't have a D. He struck gold on the quarterback, 28 points out of Keenum. Oakland D, though, 0 points this week. Cost him the week. Cameron, 0 points. Jordan Cameron, that bandwagon fun party's over.
It hurts.
That hurts. And Run DMC, I dealt with it last year. 1 point and an injury again.
And he's done.
Bye-bye, Hammy.
Happens annually, but you get what you can out of him, that's for sure. You know, he's worth rostering, but what is the price?
Exactly.
Buffalo Armadillos 3-6 traveled to Waco at 1-8. Headline reads: Dillos roll as the Wrinkle Beast wish they had a shell to crawl into. I don't know. D-Jax 22, Ridley 22, Keenan Allen 19. Very nice. Darren Sproles 0 points and a concussion, not good. Josh Gordon, that fun party might have ended too. He had 5 points this week. Had a couple bad weeks in a row. For the Wrinkle Beast, Drew Brees scored 19 points. No one else in double digits for the Wrinkle Beast. Tough week again. Needs a monster week out of Drew Brees to win a game.
Who did Campbell throw to this week? Didn't he have a big week? Yeah, he had like that. I was looking at the
It was
bottom,
Devon Best, 2 touchdowns. He had that one juke out that was on
was gonna
Sports
say-
Center.
because I streamed the waiver wire this week, quarterbacks, and that one had a good week last week.
Yeah, Jason Campbell did have a
And there's
good
not
week.
many
He's
guys
on bye
left.
this week though.
There's
so
not many guys left. Oh yeah, he's definitely on bye.
Yeah.
He's not rostered.
no, he's
Did you
not.
tell?
No.
Christian Ponder, I think. That's where we're going in Crapstone.
All right. Hollywood Hotties, they went to Duluth to take on the Dodgers. Headline reads, Hotties sizzle as Duluth continues to dodge W's. 131-76, another tough week for the Dodgers. Rivers and Garcon, 18 points each. Arian Foster, oh, I'm healthy. My hamstring's fine. I'm going to play. Oh, my back hurts. I'm out of the game. 0 points. Austin Pettis, that experiment worked once. He scored like 20-some points against Sioux City Smugglers. He put up 1 this week. That's what happens when you're playing the waiver wire. For the Hotties, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Wilson, Stacy, Lacey. Big combo for the Hotties. Pretty scary right now. 21 points Wilson, 30 for Stacy, 22 for Lacey. Yikes. Marcus Colston, 0 points. D'Angelo Williams, 5 points, the only negatives. Shane Vereen and Percy Harvin lurking in the shadows as they come back from their injuries. That's it for Week 9. Waiver Wire Wednesday. 2 players worth talking about. Maybe not even. Riley Cooper, $17 to the Poughkeepsie Pandas. Rashad Jennings, $7 to my Potomac Pretenders. He's in the starting lineup this week. Jamal Charles on bye. Only trade this week. The Trouser Snakes sneaked their way in there right before Sunday. I think we got email at about 10:43.
Hey, news. I do attend church because my fiance takes me there. So 10:30, 11:30, not good.
Be careful, Dave,
You know.
doing those trades, because I'm the same way. 11 o'clock, I'm in church because my wife takes me there, and because I really like church. If you're listening, Angie. So 11 to noon is a tough time for me, Dave. We usually leave about 10:40, so we get there on time and get seats in the back, so we can get out of there fast.
And my phone is in my pocket. I'm getting a text message.
Right.
So no need to text me 5 times.
I hear it vibrating,
Yeah.
and so do the people sitting next to me, and so did my wife.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I will say a prayer for you though if I get that text.
Dave, if you use the voting option on the Google spreadsheet, I think you can vote for me as commissioner.
MJD, he was dished to the Polish Sausage Walls for, like I mentioned, Chris Ivory and Tony Gonzalez. That was the only trade this week. Week 10 Pick'em, here we go. Flint Tropics, Waco Wrinkle Beasts, they play this week. Does anyone really care?
They do, I'm sure.
I'm sure they care.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Flint Tropics. I'm not sure Joel really cares.
He does, man. He does.
He gives an effort, and I applaud him for that, but I feel bad. His team's just in
tough.
disarray.
It's tough when all you can rely on is Breeze every week.
I think you got to move Breeze for some keeper value.
You might have to.
Might
We'll
have
talk
to.
about that in maybe the upcoming segment.
Could be interesting
yeah,
for the
we
rest
could
of
do
the
that
team.
next segment.
Next
yeah.
segment. For the Flint Tropics, Dez and Terrence Williams. I think they get back in the winning ways. Andre Brown's back this week. That adds another scary factor to the Flint Tropics. Backup running back parade they usually throw out there. Breeze will score 25 this week against Dallas. I'm sure of that. After that, I don't think anyone gets over 10. Tropics, landslide. I love you, Joel, but it's just the way it is. Your picks, boys.
Sweep it.
Sweep it.
Sweep it. Hollywood Hotties, Chernobyl Tin Whiskers, Wilson, Stacy, Lacey. I'll say it again. 3 guys just having a hell of a run here. For the Tin Whiskers, I like the squad. I just don't think they can compete with the Hollywood Hotties. They're looking good. They do have a couple weak spots in Colston and somebody else. Do you remember?
Philly, maybe?
Philly D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
against Green Bay against Lacey, maybe?
Seneca Wallace, a week of practice. Look out, maybe.
D'Angelo against
Oh,
St. Fran.
D'Angelo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a tough
Oh,
start.
McCarthy, he's a quarterback stream. He'll have him whipped into shape this week.
Amazing.
He's getting first team snaps.
I think it's a close matchup, but I think the Hotties squeak it out this week. Your thoughts?
Go ahead, Alex.
Go ahead. You look ready.
It's a tough one. I think Peyton Manning has a huge week against San Diego.
I agree.
I think he spreads the ball around. I think he throws about 5 TDs, puts up a modest 35. I think Jordy doesn't do a whole lot with Seneca Wallace, and I think
Jeffries will be good this week. I think it'll be a shootout in Detroit.
Le'Veon has a big day. I think Le'Veon's going to carry him to victory. 2 TDs against Buffalo, Chernobyl Tin Whiskers.
Like it.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to agree with Kyle here on the Hotties. They got a little bit more balance, a little bit more depth in their roster, and if Stacy is healthy and good to go this week, I think, which I think he is, I think it's a win.
All right. Baton Rouge Border Collies. They're going to Sioux City to take on the Smugglers. For the Border Collies, the St. Louis Rams are terrible against the deep ball. Guess what T.Y. Hilton does? He runs deep routes. Andrew Luck's going to just feather about 3 or 4 in there. I think I'm looking at 202.
Ooh.
I'm going to disagree with that. I think
Ooh.
T.Y. Hilton's going to have under 10 points this week because the Indianapolis Colts are going to come in and they're going to try and run the ball with that Trent Richardson guy. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a low-scoring game because St. Louis is going to be able to score.
It's probably going to be Donald Brown. I'm going to stop you right now. Let's be honest. It's not going to be Rich. It's going to be Donald Brown.
Well,
Yeah.
irregardless, it's probably going to be a under 20-point game. Under 20 points gets you the victory.
Well, I'll say this.
But anyways, that's not what we're getting at here.
For the Smugglers, I don't like any of their matchups to speak of.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're going to have a tough week. I think the Border Collies are going to have a tough week outside of T.Y. Hilton.
Reggie
Unless
on grass, Kyle.
Reggie on grass.
Reggie's
It's
on
horrible.
grass.
He's terrible on grass. Who else is in there?
He's got Wes Welker have a good day. Which a good day for him is
Right.
11
We talked
15,
about this, yep.
And he's got AJ against Baltimore. He's got Timothy Wright against Miami. Good pass D. Ellington against Houston.
Miami's unbelievable against tight ends. Baltimore has a nice pass D. It's ugly. I'm telling you, it's ugly.
I'm not confident about my matchup, but
I don't think yours are great either. I think if you
mine
get
are
Matty Ice out of there, you'll be fine.
we'll see. We'll see. And if I do get Matty Ice out of there, we will make a $5 bet.
No, if you leave him in there.
Oh, if I leave him in there.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
Who's your other quarterback?
Flacco.
Flacco scores more points than Matty Ice
Yep.
this week. $5 bet between
Yep.
Jason and I. Anyways, I'd say Border Collies in an ugly one.
Is that $5 bet on the board? The
I
theoretical
don't think the theoretical board exists anymore.
You know what sucks?
Sorry about that, guys. My bad.
Preseason, I made a lot of bets that my team would
I
have
have
better.
I have them written down.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be calling to collect on those.
I made it.
The Pretenders are unbelievable.
I made 2 bets that I was really happy with. The first one being that Calvin Johnson would have more points than Julio Jones pending injury. Injured. And I made another bet that, what was the other one?
I don't know.
Oh, that D-Jax and Vic would have less points than Cobb and Rogers pending injury. And injury.
So each team has one injured person though. Oh no, you
Injury voids
the whole thing. So you got no bets on the table.
And Vic was hurt too, so.
Right.
Well, did we have a $3
I have 2
kicker
injured.
bet?
You have 2 injured, yeah.
Were you in on the $3
No, he
kicker
was
bet?
not.
No, you wouldn't let me. I had Matt Bryant, and you should have because Matt Bryant's had a terrible year and I dropped his ass.
That's the best
Yeah,
bet I
but
made
you
all
had to
year.
pay $3. You had to be a $3 kicker to get into the $3
No.
$5 bet.
I think I spent like $7 on Tampa Bay's D because I had a little extra cash. I could have definitely put 3 on Matty Bryant.
Well, that's your
Anyways,
fault.
all right.
You can't
Bulls-
go back to the draft and change what you did.
Well, I'm glad I can't because
I'll
I'd be
pick my
losing
team.
that bet.
I'm gonna pick my team.
Your
Border
pick.
Collies.
Okay.
Pick
Who are
your
you going?
I don't like this matchup either way. They
It's
both-
an ugly one.
They
I don't
both
like it
got
either.
tough matchups.
One
Flip a
breaks
coin.
80.
Flip a
I'm
coin.
gonna flip
Yeah.
a coin. You got a coin?
Yeah, let's flip a coin. I'm gonna say, let's flip this bottle top.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. If it's upside down, Collies. If it's right side up, Smugglers.
And a 75 to 80 match.
I'm going Smugglers. Go get 'em, Raj.
Sweep it. All right, Polish sausage wallets. They come to Potomac.
Wait. How do we sweep it?
We all picked the Border Collies.
I picked Roger.
Oh, I thought you said if it's upside down, you
I
got.
picked Roger.
Oh, never mind. No sweep.
Well, we
Sorry.
can go back to the tape. I don't really remember what I said, but
All right. We're not going back to the tape. Sausage wallets. They travel to Potomac to take on the Pretenders. RG3 and Jordan Reed tomorrow night when the SG Misfits Fantasy Football League is at Thursday Night Football. Last game in the Dome for the SG Misfits Fantasy Football League.
and first.
And first.
First and last.
First and last.
And
Hopefully
Seth
it's something
got a
that we
player playing.
continue as the Vikings move from their old home
To their mid home.
to their mid home to their new home.
Temporary home.
Temporary home.
Yeah, we just gotta find a credit card to put it on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jack. I sent you my check for Foreskin ointment.
Although I really don't know why we can't wait to pay you because we're all gonna see you tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yours will be
I get it
hand-delivered.
though. When a lot of money's on the line,
Yeah.
you get antsy.
Well, Jamie makes
Understandable.
100K a year, so I don't even know why it's a problem.
Couple 100K, I thought.
Anyways.
I wish I had.
Sausage Wallets, RG3, Jordan Reed. I'm scared of those two tomorrow night. I will be cheering against them, although I'm not even going to it. For me, Eli Manning's getting the nod, unless Jay Cutler's groin's better. You know what, though? Even if Cutler's groin's I'm still going Eli. Then I'll trade him to you, Alex.
Okay.
You could take Eli.
I'll take him for a bag of Skittles and a bag of shit.
Nah, you're going to want more than that.
Yeah. You're gonna want more than that, actually. That's
I'm saying Eli Manning does his best Nick Foles against the Raiders, which, if we remember, on Dave's bench was 42 points or something around those lines. 46. CJ2K continues his running ways, 30 points.
okay.
Big game.
Thanks, Jax.
That's all I got. Those are my only two good players this week. Jamal Charles on bye. For the Pretenders, scratch and claw their way back from Thursday Night Football deficit to get the W and retain first place. Did I tell you I'm in first place? I scored 100.
Never mentioned.
I scored 141
first place.
points last week.
Good for you. Oh, good for you.
Your thoughts, boys.
This is a game that I think can go both ways. Seth desperately needs a win. He's down five
lost
losses
five
in a row.
straight.
5 losses in a row. He really got hurt hard with that Julio Jones trade, and he's been just doing whatever he can to get back. He actually has an opportunity to win this game because Kansas City, Potomac's on bye this week, so there's a chance, but at the same time, the rest of your lineup's got some pretty good matchups too, which could save your ass. I gotta have to go with Potomac because of the way things have been going this year. If I'm calling it and wanting to get the pick right, I'm probably gonna just go ahead and say it's gonna be a 70-60 win for the Potomac Pretenders.
Really?
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. It'll probably be respectable, but
It'll probably be 51.
the Pretenders are gonna win. The Pretenders are gonna win.
I'm gonna go the other way on this one. I'm gonna go sausage. Although Thursday night football sucks, we're all gonna be there, and RG3 is gonna have an absolute heyday.
I mean, yeah. What outweighs
Against
more?
our secondary.
Thursday football making players suck in fantasy, or
Us showing up.
Washington playing against Minnesota. It's Minnesota's defense.
That's true.
I think that outweighs Thursday night football. Big games
I'm
all
hoping
around.
so.
Yeah.
I heard John Randall's coming back tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Little interior pass rush.
Is he gonna play cornerback?
He should play. Yeah, he should play free
That's
safety.
true.
I think Ray Rice scores more than 3 points this week, and he propels the.
Does he score more than 5?
He scores. That's questionable. He scores four, maybe 5. Now he does not eclipse 5.
Didn't Seth have LaShawn McCoy at one time?
He did. He traded him to Dave for Brandon Marshall.
Okay.
And Ray
Okay,
Rice.
Brandon. Okay.
I think that was a good trade.
Yeah.
You just keep thinking that Ray Rice is gonna figure it out. But...
Pull his head out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brandon Marshall has a good day against Detroit. I mean, he can throw all over that defense.
I don't know.
I think he
Detroit's
can.
a whole new defense.
I don't know. They've been in some high.
It's a divisional matchup, but both those teams they're offensively minded now with Trestman there.
It's Chicago at home. They play the wind. Marshall knows where to go.
Well, I'm gonna start Cutler then. If he plays.
Wallets.
To negate
Wallets.
Brandon Marshall, Pretenders.
You might. Okay. I got Wallets, Alex. What you got?
If it meant a difference,
He picked Pretenders.
I picked
He picked
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
If it made a difference in your game, would you fly to Chicago and rub ointment on Cutler's groin if it gave you a guaranteed victory?
If Kristen Cavallari was standing there anywhere near Jay watching me do it, yes.
She's not involved. It's for fantasy football victory.
I think I'm gonna walk away with this league. I mean,
Wow!
If I had the funds
Wow.
to do it, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fly for free.
I know, but if you in the real world, nobody's gonna get on.
No
a
one's
plane.
gonna pay to rub ointment on Jay Cutler's groin.
I mean, I would just to say I did. Maybe.
No, I
can Kristen Cavallari be in the room?
She can be.
I'd love to talk
She
Laguna
can be.
with her.
She can be in the Chicagoland area.
That's a big area.
That's huge.
For Jay is too.
Alright.
Anyways, Tallahassee travels to Gnawbone to take on the second place Butte Pirates. Tallahassee. Nick Foles in the starting lineup. Maybe a week late on Nick Foles because he was on the Pine last week. For the Butte Pirates, tough matchups this week. Hard to believe he's projected for 101 points. There's just too much firepower on Gnawbone. I'm going Butte Pirates. Alex, your thoughts?
I'm gonna go with the Butte Pirates. Actually, I'm gonna pick with my heart. Dave,
pull it up.
with all those moves you've been making this year, you just really deserve a victory. So Tallahassee it is. In a come from behind victory.
I'm going to Tallahassee.
All right.
No thoughts. Tallahassee. Snakes.
Poughkeepsie Pandas.
A lot of show prep here.
A lot of show prep.
Poughkeepsie Pandas playing the Duluth Draft Dodgers for the Pandas. Jimmy Graham, Demarius Thomas. I think those two combined go for 50 points. I think Demarius has a week this week.
Mm-hmm.
But for the Dodgers, Danny Woodhead. He's going to be in that entire game. They're going to be behind. They're going to be throwing. Danny Woodhead's going to be catching little swing passes. I'm saying Danny Woodhead puts up a 30 burger. I'm not making any money bets on it, but I'm saying it.
It's possible.
Garcon and Luck go for 20 each. That's 70 points between 3 players. Dodgers, high score of the week this week.
Ooh. Over your Pretenders?
Over my Pretenders, no question.
You're not pretending?
No, last week I had all my players.
Fair enough. Fair enough. He's got Greg Jennings in the lineup. You think he's going to put up some points? Thursday Night Football.
I mean, if there's a week that Greg Jennings is going to put up points, I would say yes, it would be this week.
Okay.
As bad as the Vikings defense is, Washington's is equally bad. Did I mention I started Marlon Brown last week and he scored 19 points for my Pretenders?
No, but you just did.
I just did.
Yeah, you probably can do that later on.
I would say that was the start of the week because we already did that segment.
I'm picking the pandas.
Start of the week. Start of the week.
Start of the week.
I think
You know what? After last week, just getting mopped up and just rubbed into the dirt by the pandas,
you're gonna pick the pandas.
I'm going to pick the pandas.
Mike James is gonna throw 3 touchdown passes. and
3
win.
touchdowns. I'm hoping for a no on that because I'm starting Glennon currently.
Glenn's gonna run for 2.
Oh,
And
in that
James
case,
is gonna throw for 3.
if that nets out to 12.
Yeah,
points
same,
each,
either
yeah,
way.
I'm
Either way.
good with that.
Either way.
So who'd you go?
I'm going with the pandas.
Pandas, okay. So I'm the only one on the Dodgers bandwagon.
I'm
Yep.
going pandas, and mostly because Mike James is gonna throw a touchdown pass, and Riley Cooper is a white receiver. So pandas.
Crapstone Prairie Dogs. They're going to Buffalo to take on the Dillos. Crapstone Prairie Dogs, Kelvin, AP, Lynch, Moreno. It's always scary. It's just one less scarier without Aaron Rodgers in there. I think they all score 15 plus this week. Unfortunately for you, Alex, Kaepernick, Djax, Keenan Allen, Julius Thomas, they're all going to score 15 too. I'm not sure about anybody else on either roster after that. I didn't write down a verdict. I'm going Buffalo. Which means you're in luck because Buffalo should be, by my estimates, 8-1. But I think my record picking them is 1-8.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too bad. Well, let's see here. Looking at their bench, they're all on bye. He's going to play Hillis versus Oakland. They might get a couple points there and a touchdown. He's got a little bye week blues. I think this projection's totally crap. Because I think this projection's totally crap because I think his roster looks way better than what they're projected to do.
Yeah.
He's got a chance. I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping for 15 points from Glennon. I'm hoping the rest of my roster can sneak in for a win. I'm gonna pick myself because I need to win. I need something to happen for me. So I'm gonna pick myself, but I'm not too confident.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick you as well, just because Jack's got an empty roster spot, so you have the advantage. And
You might want to fill that.
You might want to fill that, Jack, just so you know it's Wednesday. Football fires up tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to start somebody in one of the games in Washington, Minnesota tomorrow. Toby Gerhardt's available.
Interesting note, Jack has $38 on the waiver wire. I snagged not Mike James. What's his name? Rashad Jennings.
Rashad.
I snagged him for $7. Jack, why didn't you bid on that?
RJ.
Let's
yeah.
call him.
No, let's not call. I'm using the phone to record here. All right. So that's it. But wait, there's one more segment. We're trying to bring a little life to Under the Foreskin as we've fallen into a rut. I'm not going to make a comparison to anything, but we've fallen into a rut on Under the Foreskin. Here we go.
Getting very routine.
We're bored.
Yeah, we
a
just
wrinkle.
mix it up.
Not a wrinkle beast, but a wrinkle.
The owner of the radio station that we work for said we need to. So we're going to separate each team into 3 categories. Playoff bound, straddling the line, or sell the farm. It's over. So I'm going to introduce the team. I'm going to tell you about their points scored, their record, and their upcoming schedule. My 2 professional fantasy analysts here are going to break down what they think, what category they fit into, and then I'm going to give my thought because I'm always right and it almost doesn't matter what they say. We're going to start, and this is in no particular order. I'm
glad we can be here for you, Kyle.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All you do is lengthen the show for everyone's enjoyment. Crapstone Prairie Dogs.
I do have very long shows. My apologies. Hopefully you're enjoying your work days.
I am. Crapstone Prairie Dogs. I'm not sure why they're number 1 on the list, because it sure as hell isn't because they have the best record. But they're number 1 on the list anyways. They are, let's see here. Crapstone Prairie Dogs are 6-3, 966 points scored, 789 points against. They're on a losing streak. A little bit of waiver wire money left. And they play the Buffalo Armadillos this week, as previously mentioned. I like Buffalo in that one. Flint Tropics, Could be a scary Flint Tropics team you're playing. Waco Wrinkle Beast, we're going to chalk that one up for a W. And the Tallahassee Trouser Snakes. So really, you got 3 teams under 500. 2 teams that are right now in the playoffs, Buffalo and Flint. You got to figure you're going to wax the Wrinkle Beast and wax the Trouser Snakes. Alex, your thoughts on your team. Are you playoff bound? Are you straddling the line? Or are you selling the farm?
I think I'm going to sneak in with high points and lose the next 4 games. So, playoff bound.
Playoff bound for Alex, he says.
Playoff bound.
Yeah, there's not a lot of analysts here, even with losing Aaron Rodgers this week. Those 4 players I mentioned earlier, Lynch, Moreno, AP, and Calvin Johnson, are 4 very nice players.
They look good.
He's going to be fine. He's playoff bound. Next up on the list, Duluth Draft Dodgers. Currently sitting in 13th place. The only team at 2-7. 778 points scored. 888 points against. They're on a 4-game losing streak. $10 left on the waiver wire if that ever comes into play. Their remaining schedule reads: the Poughkeepsie Pandas this week, the Buffalo Armadillos next week, the Flint Tropics in 12, and the Wrinkle Beasts in 3. So 3 teams right in their general vicinity in the standings, and then the Flint Tropics who are a little ahead of them. Alex, your thoughts?
Draft Dodgers.
Draft Dodgers.
Oh, Draft Dodgers. The Duluth Draft Dodgers, the Triple D. 3D, that's my apartment.
I think they're.
I'm not even, I need new material.
I think they need to start selling farm. They have a good team.
They got a good team. I'm looking at their points here and see if they have a shot at the point total.
Do they? No.
They're high 700s right now.
A couple big weeks, and they can
Right now, it looks like you need mid 800s. So if you get a couple big weeks, you can straddle a line. But you know what? I think they need to sell the farm and start thinking about next year. I'm going to sell the farm.
I agree. You got too many quarterbacks. Sell the farm. Give me Andrew Luck back. I'll give you Matty Ice back. Life will be good. And yeah, start prepping for next year.
All right. My thoughts on the Duluth Draft Dodgers. I think they have a decent team. Arian Foster is looking expensive next year for the year he's put up this year. So he's probably going to have to look elsewhere for a number 1 running back. Boy. I mean, it's hard to say he's straddling the line because you just don't see him making the playoffs.
It's tough.
If Arian was healthy and he could put up some points in the next couple weeks, I think he could sneak in. But
well, that being
I think
not in a good situation.
I think if Arian was healthy, his best play would be to dish him for some keeper value next year.
That's true.
Right now,
That's true.
at this point.
So
he's in a tough position.
I'm saying,
as always, injuries in fantasy just mess with your heart.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
And it looks like he gets lit up every time he plays. Like, he puts a pretty good team out there. I just
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
hit
He's
a
run
little bit
into,
of
I mean,
bad luck.
888 points against.
He's got the highest points against.
That's the highest points against, I believe, which is, oh no, 930.
Chernobyl.
Yep, Chernobyl. Second highest still. Very tough.
Although 150 of those are from my team, and
And
140 are from your team.
That's great.
I only handed him 95.
Next on the list, nice transition there, the Chernobyl Tin Whiskers. Chernobyl,
This ain't my first radio show.
yeah, great transition. Thank you, Alex. Currently stands in 7th place, which, as we all know, doesn't guarantee a playoff spot. They're 4-5. They have 888 points for, which does get them into the first wild card. They have 938 points against. 1-game losing streak, $53 in waiver wire. So if there was a big injury or something that they could pick up somebody, they would be in good shape for that. Because Dinger never pays attention and he has 94. But yeah, anyways. Their remaining schedule, the Chernobyl Tin Whiskers take on the Hollywood Hotties. Tough matchup. Pandas, they're streaky. Buffalo Armadillos, and the Flint Tropics. So I gotta say two playoff-looking bound teams: Poughkeepsie Pandas, Buffalo. We'll see.
He'll definitely be 2-2 or better, depending on what happens. And everyone likes to score points on him, so it'll be tough. You know, Jordy's gonna hurt him, but Jordy has some keeper value. I don't want to tell you what to do, but there might be some trade bait there. But with this point total, I think he's in. I think he's not even straddling the line.
Yeah.
He'll get a wild card for sure. Playoff bound.
Playoff bound. He's got Peyton Manning and he beat my Border Collies. Playoff bound.
Oh boy, this is a tough one for me, and this is why it's a tough one for me. Yes, Peyton Manning, obvious stud. Yes, Jordy Nelson. Well, I'm not gonna say Jordy Nelson is an obvious stud. I'm gonna pull up the roster real quick here.
Le'Veon Bell on that line.
Le'Veon.
Regardless of his name, Le'Veon Bell is a nice player. Alshon Jeffries come out of nowhere. Oh fuck yeah, his team's actually pretty solid. He's carrying 2 kickers at the moment. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm gonna go playoff bound right with you too. I'm sorry for him and Han there. He's playoff bound.
Well, you're right. Remember, you're always right.
I'm always right.
Playoff bound.
You guys,
You gotta appreciate that, Vanis.
you guys dove right into my great fantasy mind there. Polish Sausage Wallet's next up on the list. Polish Sausage Wallet's currently at 4-5 in 10th place. That's a 5-game losing streak. Yikes.
Very many points.
772 points for. That's third from the worst. 812 points against. $24 left in the waiver wire budget. They play the Potomac Pretenders. That's a loss. Hollywood Hotties. That's a loss. Pandas. They could beat the Pandas. And the Dillos in the last week.
Tough road ahead.
I mean, I could see the Sausage Wallets losing the next 4 games, losing 9 straight, finishing the season at 4-9.
It breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart because I actually think Seth put together a good team this year, and he had some injury troubles and was forced to do some dishing. Sorry, Seth, sell the farm.
I think if Seth can get a win this week against Kyle's Pretenders, I think he still has a shot at getting in a record. I mean, he'll be at 5-5 at that point. He hasn't scored a lot of points, but if he can string a couple wins together, if you don't win this week, I think you sell the farm. But otherwise, playoff bound.
Wow.
No, straddling the line. Straddling
the line. There is a middle ground.
Yep,
Middle
straddling
ground.
the line.
Yeah, I will say that's not a bad strategy there. And even trying to make your roster better by adding, good keeper value, but it's still solid players, but you can get a win might be not a bad route too.
Absolutely.
A reminder, we should probably do this a few times. The trade deadline is November 15th, which is next week. So
Oh wow.
you got to make your decisions quickly here if you want to play for next year.
All right, next up, the Sioux City Smugglers.
Well, what are you saying? You didn't ever give a classification there, fantasy.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. On the Polish Sausage Wallets, they got to sell the farm. They're not going to beat me this week, and I think their next 3 games are tough.
They are
Even
tough.
if they were to
Tough.
beat me this week,
Tough
a miracle
as
of God, RG3 goes for, like he did last year when I played you. I think he had like 120 a rushing, 2 TDs, and like 250 and 2.
Might have been. I played.
Did he happen to play the Vikings that week too?
He did.
That's when.
No, he did.
I thought I played Zach that week.
Really?
Jermichael Finley needed to give me 1 point after RG3 ran for 100 and something.
RG3 had a lot of 100-yard rushing games.
He did.
I think it was when they played the Vikings in Washington, he had a monster game.
Okay.
And I'm terrified that's going to happen tomorrow night, right in front of my eyes, while I'm wearing my Brett Favre Jets jersey.
It could.
Jets, Jets. Anyways, I say sell the farm, Sausage Wild. Sioux City Smugglers, currently sitting 4th place, 6-3, 866 points, 4-7-78 again, 4-game winning streak. The once 2-3 Smugglers now 6-3. Nothing left on the waiver budget. Remaining schedule reads: Baton Rouge Border Collies, my Pretenders. Tony Romo on bye though, and I got Tom Brady. Hollywood Hotties, nice team. Poughkeepsie Pandas. Poughkeepsie can beat anyone, and they can lose to anyone. Hard to say on Poughkeepsie. Alex, go ahead. Smugglers.
Raj always puts a relevant team together. Playoff bound. Analysis done.
Playoff bound. Good job, Roger.
Yeah, they're playoff bound. Not to mention, as far as rebuilding goes, they have a lot of keeper value on their team.
Yep, he's in a good spot.
Yep, playoff bound. We'll keep that one short. Good job, Raj. Next up, the Gnawbone Butte Pirates, fellow Wisconsin native, Zach. He currently sits in second place, 7-2, 882 points for 783 points. Again, it's a one-game losing streak for the Butte Pirates. $8 left in the waiver budget. Remaining on the schedule, the Tallahassee Trouser Snakes, the vicious Border Collies, the Potomac, the Potomac Pretenders, first place, and the Hollywood Hotties. So super tough schedule remaining, especially Hollywood Hotties week 13. Vereen's back and rolling. Percy Harvin's back and rolling. Your guys, what's your thoughts on the second place Butte Pirates?
Well, you know, they actually have a good shot at still taking the first place crown from you, Kyle. That's still legitimate. But they're playoff bound. Enough done said, and have a good shot at winning the league. So good job this year, Zach. Put a good team together.
Playoff bound. Good draft. Good job.
Playoff bound, good draft, good moves. Getting rid of MJD. You've done nice work this year. There, Zach. Baton Rouge Border Collies. My favorite team in the league.
Woohoo!
Outside of the Pretenders.
Yeah, baby.
First place.
You made that clear.
Yeah, baby.
First place.
Border Collies currently in fifth place, 6-3 record, much like the Smugglers and the Prairie Dogs. Few less points scored, 851. Than the Smugglers. 8-14 against, one game winning streak, $5 left on the waiver wire budget. Remaining schedule reads Sioux City Smugglers, Gnawbone Butte Pirates, Tallahassee Trouser Snakes, and my Potomac Pretenders.
In a week 13
Showdown.
Could be straddling the line at that point.
I'm going to have to say there's a chance you're straddling the line, but I really like what you got. You put a good team together. You're in a good position currently. I think if you can go over 500 the rest of the way, it's a clear shot at being playoff bound.
Playoff bound. Okay, yeah. I think I'm playoff bound if I, go 500. Should be good. If I straddle the line, I hope to squeak in and get the Pretenders of the Butte Pirates. You don't want to play my Border Collies in the playoffs, let's just say that.
Those are some tough dogs.
Woo-hoo.
I'll say this about the Border Collies. Roddy White's a big question mark. It's nice that he's sitting out and actually getting better. T.Y. Hilton's probably going to be a top 10 receiver going out. I really hate Matt Ryan.
Touche. I'm not liking him either.
I mean, just struggling right now. Antonio Gates isn't getting any younger week by week.
No.
Matt Forte, though, is going to carry you. God, Trent Richardson's so bad, and there's no one else behind him. But
I got the best kicker in the league.
You do have the best kicker in the league, and Steven Gutskowski. That's nice. Seattle D, yeah.
Most valuable defense in the league, too.
Most valuable.
How much did you pay for them?
7 for them.
7.
No, it might have been 8.
8. Either way, good value there.
Good value.
Good value.
He's got a tough schedule. Straddling the line.
Oh, yeah. I get the Trouser Snakes, though, in week 12.
Yeah.
There's a snake in my boot.
Potomac Pretenders next up. Currently sitting in first place, as I actually have mentioned. 7-1-1. 849 points for after the big week last week. 743 against. I played great defense. 2-game win streak. $0 on the waiver budget. Remaining schedule is not easy. Sausage Wallets, I mean, I think that's a breeze. Smugglers, tough. Butte Pirates, tough. Border Collies, tough. Alex, go ahead.
What place are the Pretenders in?
Pretenders are in first place.
Oh, first place. Okay.
Not to be confused with second place.
Okay. Is that better than third place?
It's 2 spots better than
2 better.
third.
Okay. Sorry. Don't want to waste anybody's time. Playoff bound.
I'm not going to waste anybody's time either. 7-1-1. Good job.
Thanks.
Playoff bound.
League champs, playoff bound. That's all I'm going to say.
Still not relevant.
Still not relevant. On
Yet to be seen.
a run for relevance here. Hollywood Hotties next on the list. My pick to win it all. I'm saying it right now.
No! They've already won it.
You're saying our first double champion?
First double champion.
Okay.
Hollywood Hotties currently sitting 4-5. 775 points for, not impressive. 783 points against. Not that bad of a points against either. They're on a winning streak. 1 game, $9 left on the budget. Schedule remaining reads: Tin Whiskers, Sausage Wallets, Smugglers, Butte Pirates. Not an easy schedule coming in, but I'm going to analyze this one first because I made the gutsy call here. The Hollywood Hotties have quite a team that has come together for them. Russell Wilson, quarterback. Whatever. Top 10. 8 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mabel, don't squeak that thing right now. We're doing under the foreskin. Eddie Lacy looks like a bona fide stud. Zach Stacy, waiver wire gem of the year. Which, as you will remember when the Hotties won it last time, they picked up DeMarco Murray. And that was the waiver wire pickup of the year. And he carried them to the playoff championship. Coming back soon, on bye this week, but next week we'll be back, Shane Vereen. Percy Harvin looking like he's going to come back. I'm not as sure about that one. Jason Witten, been up and down this year, but can have a big week. Antonio Brown, #1 wide receiver. Colston, yikes, 37 points. That's the only weak spot I really see, other than their defense. Chicago D is terrible. Philadelphia D is terrible. If he can find some way to play the matchups on D, I think he's playoff bound and championship bound.
You put money on that?
Yeah, I'd put money on that.
$5?
$5. I'd put $5.
All right.
Just between, I don't want to do it with everyone in the league.
Oh yeah, that gets expensive.
Yeah,
so
right.
You have to do like 12 to 1 odds or something.
Right. Can I maybe have like
No.
3 to 1?
No.
3 to? He's in. Okay. He's in what place? 9th place. Currently not in the playoffs. You're not going to give me odds on that gutsy call.
You're making a bold prediction. Stand by it or not.
All right, $5 straight up.
Need to get the $5 back from you from the earlier trades we made this year. Anyways, my turn to analyze. The only thing I'm going to add to that is that Nick's also got Jack on his side, so double the fantasy minds there.
That's my new
Putting
favorite
it
word,
together.
Alex. Analyze.
Analyze. I'm not sure if that's a word.
I like
We're
it.
going with it. But as Kyle already said, he's the one who knows everything, so he's got the brilliant fantasy mind. I'm going to agree with him. Playoff bound!
Yep, playoff bound. Excellent moves on waivers, and nice job stashing Percy Harvin. You want your team playing good at the end of the year, and I think Elson's team is going to do that with some of the guys that he's got. So, playoff bound.
Alrighty, next up, Poughkeepsie Pandas. Currently sitting 12th place, 3-6, 771 for, 831 against, 1 game winning streak. $24 on the waiver wire budget. 44 moves. Oh, I thought it was a league high, but Treadle's the league high. 49 moves this year.
Classic.
Their schedule reads: Duluth Draft Dodgers, winnable game. Chernobyl Tin Whiskers, winnable game. Sausage Wallets, winnable game. Sioux City Smugglers, tough game. So 3 possibilities, which would put them at 6-7 if they went 3-1 the last 4. 6-7, I don't think gets into the playoffs. Just looking at how it's all. Well, Gypsy Pandas here. We're talking about Jason. Yeah, 6-7. I mean, I don't see those top teams losing that many games. I would say sell the farm, but to be honest, I think they have a decent roster already for keeper-wise. The Pandas will be keeping C.J. Spiller for a low amount of money. They will be keeping. Well, they can't keep Jimmy. Okay. Might be time to sell Jimmy Graham to a contender for some keeper value. I'm saying sell the farm.
I think Tyler already knows this too. He's been shopping some guys. He's playing for next year a little bit. I would agree with him. I think he's doing the right thing there. Sell the farm.
How many points
I love you,
has
Tyler.
Tyler scored? 771?
Yeah, he's a little
so
low
he needs
there.
a couple big weeks. I think he's got some guys in his lineup that can certainly score a shitload of points. But yeah, I'm going to say sell the farm too. I'm questioning whether I should say straddle the line or not, but I think this week will definitely determine that for you. So sell the farm.
All right, next up, the Buffalo Armadillos currently sitting at 3-6, much like the Pandas. 848 points for. Woo!
Ooh.
829 points against. They're positive down there in 11th place. 1 game winning streak, $38 on the waiver wire budget. Bet you wish you would have spent 8 of that on Rashad Jennings. Rashad, have you met him?
RJ.
Alex, go ahead, dive into it.
Who are we talking about?
The Buffalo Armadillos.
Oh, the Armadillos. Well, they got me this week, and they're not playing one guy, so I think I'm going to win because he's got an empty roster
You
spot.
have the mathematical advantage.
Mathematically in a good
You
spot.
have 9 going against 8.
Jack's actually, I was very, very proud of Jack. He made some very bold trades this year because he got off to a bad start, and he's been able to put a pretty good season together off of that, even though he is 3-6. But even with that, he's kind of on the low end of things.
But he's in the playoffs if it ended today.
Yeah.
If it ended of the day, he's straddling the line.
Straddling the line. Okay. Jason?
I'm going to look at Jack's team quick here. I think,
While you're looking, I will tell you his schedule, although I think it's irrelevant. Because it's going to be a point scored if Jack gets in at 3-6.
Yeah.
who's the schedule?
Crapstone Prairie Dogs, Duluth Draft Dodgers, Chernobyl Tin Whiskers, Sausageville. It's not a terrible schedule.
No, not
2-2, very doable.
Mhm.
3-1 possible.
It's not going to be record.
It's not going to be record. He's got to get on points, so it almost doesn't matter who he
Yep.
plays.
We got some good players that can score some points. I'm gonna say straddle the line. I think you might squeak in this year, Jack. And if you do, I hope you play Roger or Alex.
Straddling the line, I think, is going to be the case with Jack. I think he puts up good points every week, and I think that's going to continue. A little nervous about Darren Sproles with a concussion. Who knows when he comes back? But other than that, Kaepernick, and for keeper-wise, Keenan Allen, I don't remember what he went for on the waiver wire, so that'll be interesting. But Kaepernick's obviously a solid keeper. Julius Thomas, presumably, is a solid keeper. I know Treadle picked him up off the wire, so he could be expensive because Treadle blew a lot of money early.
Yeah, but it was before the season started.
Right, that he got Julius, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
he played
he
me
didn't
week
need to
one.
spend much on him.
Sure. So, he's got some keeper value already on his team. So not only is he straddling the line, he's already set as far as he's already sold the farm and he's got good players. So I like where Jack's sitting for this year and next year. I think he makes the playoffs.
Is that a straddle the line or is that a playoff bound?
Playoff bound, I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
I changed it. Flint Tropics. Here we go. Flint Tropics currently sitting 6th place, 5-3-1. They'd be the last team in based on record, but they have a fairly significant lead over the 7th place team at 4-5. There are 4 of them. So as long as they keep, sneaking out a couple wins, they should be fine on record. They have scored 809 points. They have 827 against. They're on a 1-game losing streak, and they have $94 on the free agent acquisition budget. Spend it. Their schedule reads Wrinkle Beast, Prairie Dogs, Dodgers, Tin Whiskers. They still got the Wrinkle Beast. There's a W. That would for sure lock it up this week if they get the win.
Poor Joel.
Poor Joel.
Injuries will kill you.
I'm saying playoff bound. The record's just too far ahead of the people behind him.
He's got that wild card there with the tie. Who do you have that against?
The Pretenders.
Oh, the Pretenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but actually,
They're beatable.
They're
Tieable.
They're tieable. That tie was very helpful in the record-wise.
Oh,
kind
absolutely.
of there, and people don't think of it. They don't really see it there. They see that he only has 5 wins.
But he's got the top.
That half game really helps.
Yep.
I think, and it's probably gonna be the difference in him making the playoffs. So I'm gonna go ahead and say straddling the line because where he's at, but I think there's a good chance he's playoff bound.
I like what Dinger's done this year. It's amazing that what he starts at running back can be successful, but you know what? Who cares? Wide receivers have outperformed running backs all year.
It's a wide receiver year.
Who cares? I think Des Bryant's been an absolute beast. Dinger, you're playoff bound, buddy.
Waco Wrinkle Beast. We'll make this one snappy. Waco Wrinkle Beast currently sitting in the cellar, 1-8, 641 points for. Yikes. 873 against. Yikes. 1-game losing streak, $0 left on the budget. Roster currently reads Drew Brees and no one else.
He's got Vincent Jackson.
Oh, Vincent Jackson,
He's
yeah.
been pretty good.
Which he would probably keep Vincent Jackson again.
How much was he?
He's 20s, upper 20s.
Upper 20s. So
wow.
if that was his
Value.
#1 keeper, but he's probably going to be on the search for #1 running back. Wrinkleby's schedule reads Tropics, Snakes, Prairie Dogs, Dodgers. I mean, sell the farm. If you can find a buyer for Drew Brees for some keeper value, I think you do it. I would talk to the Buffalo Armadillos if I were the Waco Wrinklebys.
Maybe.
I'm going to go ahead and just, Joel, this is what I would do if I was in your position. You don't have to take my advice. I don't even know if you're listening, but I would go ahead and try to package Drew Brees and Vincent Jackson for a very good wide receiver or running back at a low value, or maybe even a position that
you can build upon.
maybe even a position that at the tight end go after Graham or Gronk, as I think they're both maxed out as keepers this year. They're going to be easier to get now than in the postseason when you're going to have to give up auction cash. So I would try and package those two, or even maybe package Ryan Matthews, who's had a good year with Breeze, and maybe keep Vincent Jackson. I don't know. Some sort of package with Drew Brees for running back.
Hey,
or
don't eat that.
dominant wide receiver is going to be key.
Don't unplug that, please.
Yeah,
Abel.
Joel, it's tough. You know, I'm always pulling for you. I think you put a decent team together after the draft, much better than most of us predicted after the first draft in your inaugural season, and you drowned out all the naysayers. You went all the way to the championship. You finished second. You're relevant in the league already.
Without any keepers.
Any keepers.
That's something to be said, I think.
There's something
I
to be
long
said
for
there.
it.
Yeah, there's some players that long for that in this league. So I definitely respect you as a player, Joel. I think you need to sell the farm though.
Sell the farm. Trouser Snakes. I said sell the farm, right? Trouser Snakes currently sitting 8th place, 4-5, 802 points for, 810 points against. So let's see, he's 48 points behind the 8th place Buffalo Armadillos, 8th place playoff bound Buffalo Armadillos, obviously I'm saying, and 80 points behind the 7th place Chernobyl Tin Whiskers. Dave's remaining schedule reads.
Can we see how many transactions or how many trades Dave's made?
Yeah, I don't know about trades.
Can we
Waiver and
analyze
moves.
every single one?
So he's got 49 moves, so trades and
Including
pickups.
trades.
and moves.
But he's also playing some little game where he makes it so people can't pick people up on weekends. We get what you're doing, Dave. And next year, when we initiate a fee for making moves, you're not going to be able to do that anymore.
50 cents a move?
It's a quarter move.
Quarter move? It goes towards the draft.
Goes towards the draft party.
It's a good cause. It's like giving to charity, but for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Trouser Snakes have the Butte Pirates, the Wrinkle Beasts, the Border Collies, and the Prairie Dogs. So you can't figure they're going to get on record.
No.
Dave, you're
No.
going to have to put up big points.
How is he doing on points again?
He's 40 points behind the Buffalo Armadillos, who are currently in the last wild card spot, and 80.
Oh, that's in a while. There's what,
46.
5 weeks left?
Yeah. No, not 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 weeks.
4 weeks left.
So it's obviously doable.
Manageable.
I don't know. I don't love Dave's team. I used to love it when he drafted it, but then they all went away.
It's changed every week.
It's changed every week.
That's tough.
I'm saying the Trouser Snakes should sell the farm.
I disagree.
Oh, wow.
I'm disagreeing
disagreeing.
with Kyle. I think the Trouser Snakes are in a straddle the line position, have a shot at making the playoffs with 4 good weeks. Dave's going to be active, making moves, and
But the trade deadline's coming up.
Right, but he's going to be active.
He's going to be active.
He's going to be either active there or the waiver wire.
No one left to sell.
So I think he's got a shot. He's got a shot at making the playoffs, and I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, you never know. Dave can put an awesome team out there one week and an absolute dog shit team out there one week, and right now I think his team has overperformed in the sense that he's got wins with Mike Wallace and Steve Smith. You can't be happy about starting those two. I mean, you have McCoy, which is great. You got a great cornerstone player there, Dave. Some woes at quarterback. Michael Vick hasn't panned out. Sorry to see that, but I don't know. Straddling the line, it's tough. I'm not gonna say sell the farm yet. I think you definitely have a shot I think you'll make a transaction or two that'll probably change the destiny of your season in this next week. So I'm gonna say straddling the line.
I think you're both wrong. He's got LaShawn McCoy for $50 starting next year. That's a solid cornerstone, like Jonas said. After that, I don't see who he's going to sell on this team that anyone's going to take for any and give up any kind of keeper value.
Dalton, maybe Andy Dalton.
He's been shopping Dalton.
Dalton's been great.
Cut him. He scored 6 points last week.
It was Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Thursday night football.
I hope your theory's right on that. I think because I play RG3 tomorrow night.
Well, I mean, the Red Sea has opened for you this year to be relevant in terms of schedule, so probably.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Two wins under 70 points. You can't get it.
5 wins over 110. You can't argue with that either.
You can't. But it doesn't get better than the
I will say the two
scoring wins.
the 2 weeks. So if I was sitting at 5, 3, and 1, what would you say about my team? Playoff bound, straddling the line, or sell the farm? Same record as Dinger. I would have more points for than Dinger. Because I'm at 849, Dinger's at 809. 40 more points. What would you say for my team?
You put together a good squad this year. I still think you'd be playoff bound.
All right.
I think you'd be playoff bound.
All right.
I think people don't give you.
I'm giving you credit. You put together a good team. I just gotta give you shit for the low scoring wins. You gotta be happy about them though.
Well, yeah, the view from the top is great. I mean, it's crystal clear.
You gotta enjoy it.
It is, absolutely.
It's really good over the summer, let me tell you.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, I bet it's great.
Try to take advantage of players.
You got a solid team, Pun. You got some flashy running backs, and you got some calm, cool, collected receivers that, they're not big, flashy guys, but they put up points. And you got Tom Brady now, so yeah, I think you're playoff bound.
Well, that was an hour-long episode of Under the Foreskin.
My apologies for the long analysis.
Enjoy it on your Friday at work. I will do my best to get it. Yeah, it'll probably be Friday.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's
Friday.
It's going to take a couple hours to
Friday.
render. Hopefully I'll get it going before I leave for the game tomorrow night. As always, follow us on Twitter at SJU Misfits and on YouTube, youtube.com/SJU and Misfits. Until next week, good luck out on the gridiron. Go Pretenders.
Work, guys.
Prairie dogs suck.
Prairie dogs.